goes. All right. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hey, Richard. It's been, how long? 2 weeks since I've seen you all? That's a very long time. I'm really excited for class, but I'm also glad that I gave myself as much time as I did off to recover and recuperate, because now I'm finally feeling like ready to move around. You know what I mean? You ever do that to yourselves? Where you like try to come back too soon and you're like, this is a mistake. I'm not ready for this. So again, just really glad I, gave myself plenty of time to reacclimate, get my life cleaned up, and like mentally, physically, spiritually prepared to teach and interact with people. This is my first week back, like full week back teaching, and I am absolutely stuffed to the gills. So before we get started, I'll talk about some of those things that I have coming up. Thanks, Abby. It's really good to be back. Really, really good to be back. So kind of like normal schedule this week, yeah. So today's Power Flow, Wednesday is Quick Core, Thursday beginners, teaching my in-person classes on Tuesday. So tomorrow, getting back to my full teaching bar, teaching power, working in the heat. I am teaching my classes at my at-home studio again, starting this Friday. And then I'm teaching a 90-minute vinyasa workshop this Sunday. In South Bay of LA. So if you're in the LA area, you want to come take with me. That'll be a really fun one on the weekend. And then the 24th, I think it's the 24th, or is it the 23rd? Well, let me triple check. Yeah, so 23rd and 24th, also in the LA area, I'll be teaching a 2-day, so 2 hours, 2 days in a row of inversions. I'm really excited for this workshop. It's at Soho Yoga in Hermosa Beach, and it's a workshop that's designed even if you're not, fully confident or feel like you're ready to do inversions all the time. This is a in-depth, anatomical breakdown of how our bodies do inversions. How do we get upside down? How can our arms handle it? Our shoulders, our core, our legs, how all of the puzzle pieces fit together. So really excited to teach that workshop. And then at the very end of the month in San Diego, so further south, if you're in that area, I'll be teaching it's kind of more dance oriented, but I'm calling it a movement magic workshop, 2 hours also. That's gonna be really fun. So that's gonna be like bar, Pilates, yoga, belly dance fusion class. How do we use all of these different movement types to gain better proximal control of ourselves, awareness in space? How do we use these things to be really mindful movers? So I'm excited to really dig deep into some of those things and teach that workshop. And then the next day perform. I'm performing a new piece. I haven't, I performed at Burning Man, but excited to, go deep into creating this really awesome piece for this show and performing that the next day. Hi, Stephanie. I missed you too. Oh. How are you? I missed you lots. What a wild time I had. It was kind of wild. It was weird being at a Burning Man that was making national news. There was no reports of rain. And it was just kind of wild because, the whole build crew got rained out before we arrived. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. That means, you know, it's gonna be really packed down. Nothing weird will happen. But then Friday, I mean, it just rained its fucking ass off. Hey, thanks for following. Oh, thank you for following. Oh, and happy birthday ahead of time, Stephanie. If you're tagging into the chat, everybody wish Stephanie a happy birthday. Let's go, Virgo season. But yeah, I mean, Friday, you know, back to this whole Burning Man situation. I mean, it just rained its fucking ass off. And I'm sure y'all saw the pictures. When it rains out there, everything just turns to literal like sculpting clay. Like if you've ever taken a pottery class and you're like smooshing a pot into place, it literally turns the ground into that. It's very sticky and the clay sticks to itself once it's on your wheels of your bike or it's on your boots. So it was just not a great situation, and you know, it's just not a good idea trying to drive your car, ride your bike. And I think because, you know, so many people usually like leave the event early, or like not everybody stays for the whole thing. So I think when they said, hey, this shit is locked down, don't move, I think just a lot of people freaked out, which I get. I had my own moment of kind of like claustrophobia and was like, I can't leave, even though I wasn't supposed to leave for a couple days. I was like, it's always nice knowing that you can just leave, right? So it was interesting. We lived, we survived. Luckily, I was with a really, you know, big, resourceful group of veteran burners, and at no point did I ever feel like I was ill-equipped or not ready for whatever was gonna come our way. Yeah, so all of that was awesome. Yes, Mari, happy early birthday. So for today, we're gonna get back into power flow. I need to do a lot of leg stretching. I know I did a lot of legs on Thursday, but my legs feel, even though this burn was like super physical, I mean, every burn is physical. I was in boots the whole time, and because of the rain and everything, it turned the ground into these like knobs. It was fucking ankle breaking shit, you guys. My feet, my ankles, they feel weak. So I want to do a lot of like strengthening through my feet, through my ankles, through my legs. I really just need to get my foundation back. So that's what I want to work on today. If there's something in particular that you want to work on, feel free to shout that out. I'll probably also want to work on some arm balances and inversions, since it's been a while that I've worked on that and I need to teach them in a couple weeks. But here for all suggestions and things. Here, available, ready. As y'all know, blocks, always great, always good in my book, as a way to help yourself and support yourself through class. Traps and shoulders, yeah, Abby, that's a great idea, actually. Love the idea of doing traps and shoulders. I feel like every time I do anything involved with inversions, I usually like to add in traps and shoulders anyways. I was actually doing some pretty cool stuff. Let's see, when was it? I was teaching, my first class back was actually Wednesday. I taught at Sony Picture Studios. And I did a lot of shoulder work, so maybe I'll add in some of those shoulder things. All right, let's do this shit, guys. You fucking ready? I'm fucking ready. I'm gonna grab some blocks. Oh, yes. I'm so ready for this. I'm so excited and ready to move my body. I'm so grateful I get to do this with y'all every Monday. Oh, all right. So I say we get started with some of that shoulder stuff. Oh my God, this bruise, Jesus Christ. Can I show you guys my epic bruise? So I was doing all this crazy cleanup for Burning Man. Above us in this very moment is an attic where we keep all of our shit. It's like snowboards, most of our camping gear is up there, and there's like ladder that comes down. And I was literally cleaning for I think 10 hours straight. And I always know I'm tired when I start accidentally hurting myself. So I fucking slipped and literally like wrapped my body around the stairs. I hit my shin and my neck, like, I don't know how I'm alive right now. I don't know if you can even see this or if it's too blown out and bright, but it's like 4 fucking inches of death right here. God damn. So I'm not gonna do anything to that shin bone. And I'm gonna try to not wrap my fucking ass around a set of stairs anytime soon, okay? That's for damn sure. All right, let's start in a tabletop position. Let's get our hands and our shoulders ready for the day. So hands spread out nice and wide in this tabletop position, yeah? And I want us to just work in a circle here. So imagine a little pencil right at your heart space. And you're moving that pen in a circle, drawing right at the center of your mat. Great. And we'll reverse those circles other way. Oh. So we're increasing the range of flexion in our wrists, and we're also moving a bit through its range of motion lateral-wise, yeah? All right. All the way back to center. Let's intensify that a little bit more. So hands can actually come closer to you, or you can even walk your knees closer to your hands. Fingertips are going to spin back towards your knees. If this seems too intense for whatever reason, know that you can do this one hand at a time. Yeah? One thing I really like to do, I know you can't really see it on that side, but I like to bend one elbow, peel the heel of the hand up and off of the earth. It's spicy. She's spicy. My hands need a lot of TLC right now. All right. We'll bring your hands all the way back to neutral. Let's take a little break. We're gonna tuck your toes, sit back onto your heels here, and get a little stretch through your plantar fascia. So first, just beginning focused, yeah? Nothing to distract you, just confronting feeling, confronting sensation, yeah? All right, last 5 seconds. Again, just so much of this class is going to be a long warm-up, long details. All right, let's take ourselves back forward. Tap out the tops of your feet if you need that. We did the underside, right? We did flexion. Let's do the opposite of that. So top of your right hand is going to come onto the ground, yeah? My right elbow is pointed out to the right-hand side towards this wall. That's my backdrop. But I want to try to work extension and external rotation if possible. It's not going to be accessible for everyone to do that little extra detail. Yikes. Sometimes I like to just do a couple bends and extends. All right, right hand comes back down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So top of my right hand, my fingertips are still facing back towards my knees. My left elbow is now pointed out towards you. I really need to moisturize, so don't judge this elbow. Got some alligator skin on me right now. I feel like I'm still trying to moisturize from, even though it was wet, it still gets dry out there. And then when I get home, I clean everything with vinegar, and vinegar just feels like it dries me the hell out. All right. Let's bring your left hand back to the ground. Let's do a special foot stretch. I want you to look between your inner thighs. We're gonna bring our feet close together, and I want you to cross your feet. So the top arch, or the top of my right foot, is gonna go directly into the arch of my left foot. And once I have that connection, I'm gonna sit all the way back onto my heels. This is a self-trigger point technique, right? So you don't need any tools for this one. Now, I always feel like I need to kind of adjust a little bit. I'm also a heavy-duty sensation seeker, so I really wanna feel the intensity on this one. Great. You should really be feeling that arch release now. 5 seconds. Nice. Let's come off of that foot and we're gonna switch. So you can again look between the thighs, crossing left into the right arch. Again, your feet should be making an X, just like this, yeah? Whew. The intensity is my favorite part. Because like all things with yoga, right, we're always thinking about foundations. I mean, with any movement practice, right? Foundations. And in movement, our foundation typically comes from our feet, right? If we're inverting, our foundations are our hands. So you see the importance of both. Last 5 seconds. Great. And then we'll come forward off of our feet. You can pick them up, circle them out a little bit into the other direction. Nice, nice, nice. And then we'll plant our feet, toes down first, and send it back into downward facing dog. Pedal out through your legs, shift side to side, move through the ribs, move through your shoulders. All right, we'll settle into some stillness. We'll bend our knees. We'll peer to the front of our space, and then let's step to the front. Feet hip-width distance apart. Let's roll up nice and slow. Nice. Reach the arms all the way up when you arrive. And with your exhale, bring them back down by your side body. Invert that roll up. So tuck your chin and roll down. Nice. Lengthen out the spine, move into a halfway lift. And with your exhale, fold. Soft knees, roll up. Spinal articulation. Look up, reach up. Exhale, arms by side body. Tucking through the chin, inverting that roll up. Lengthening out, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. We got one more like this. Soft knees, roll up. Look up, reach up. Exhale, arms by side, tuck chin, roll down. Let's lengthen out into your halfway lift and hold. Continue your breath pattern. I want you to lean forward into the feet and feel your butt bones extend further back behind you. Just like when you're doing like a weightlifting technique, like a deadlift, think about your heels screwing into the ground, pushing outwards to your right and your left-hand side. The muscles engaging, even spreading. Take a breath in. And with your exhale, let's plant your hands. Let's step back into a high plank position. Nice. Just like before, couple rounds of shifting forwards and backwards. Working through strength and endurance in the arms really quick. You got this. I want to get you while you're fresh. Final 5. 4, keep the core in, keep pushing away. Modification is always lowering your knees. Have good technique in the upper body. 2, nice. And 1, stack shoulders over wrists, rock heels to the left, reach your right arm up to the sky. Now I want you to feel this left side lat tuck in and support you. Right arm reaches up in this Vashisthasana side plank. Energy lines out through your fingertips. Hold it, hold it, hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Right hand down, let's switch sides. Rock heels over to the right. Again, same thing, modifications can happen here with the knee down. Left arm sending up, but do feel that right side lat lock in and support the shoulder from behind. Last 3. Last 2. Back to your high plank on 1. Static hold. Keep trying to be resistant towards gravity. Push away from your mat. Draw the navel in. Think about the arms spiraling through external rotation. Grip through the fingertips. Final 3. Final 2. On 1, move back into your downward facing dog again. Shake out the head a little, no. Give it a shake, shake, yes. Let's add on. Heels are gonna lift, knees are gonna bend, look forward. Travel to the front of your mat. You can step there, you can take a hop. We're gonna go big toes together. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. Exhale, forward fold. How deep can you curl into yourself? Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Realign through the core. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, breath. Exhale, let's plant our hands and move through Chaturanga Dandasana. Glide forward, bend your elbows towards 90 degrees. Back bend of choice, low cobra or upward facing dog. Feel yourself push the heart space through your arms. Exhale, send it back down dog. 3 breaths. Let's move. Lift heels, bend knees, look to the front. Travel. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, Samasti. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your hands, move through your Chaturanga again. If you did a step back, which I did on the other side, try to move back with your opposite leg so you're balanced. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. 3 breaths. Now, if you did that opposite foot step back, encourage yourself to move through some jump backs for this last one. Heels lift. Knees bend, look forward. Travel to the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Exhale, reset Samasti. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift. Every time I fold, I'm gonna moan loudly, okay? Chaturanga, see if you can work through a jump back on this one. So supporting yourself to move through halfway, right? So you're catching yourself not in a high plank, but you're mid plank. Upward facing. And with your exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breath reset. Last 2. On that last one, let's lower both of our knees down to the ground. All All right, now from this tabletop, we're actually gonna work through puppies, single-sided puppies, and more of our shoulder work, yeah? This is where blocks can start to come into handy-dandy time for more depth. First, we'll do without, of course. So for our puppy pose, butt stays in the air. Notice it's stacked right above my knees, and I'm gonna walk my arms forward. Now, even if I have the ability to do chin and chest to the ground, I always just like to start within a very, I don't know, conservative way of moving through something. Right? I've got full splits on deck. I've got all these things on deck, but I still like to move from like my halfway point, if that makes sense. Proper warm-up, injury prevention, beginner's mindset. 10 seconds. Last 3. Good, good. Last 2. And 1. Let's bring ourselves back up. Sit back onto your heels. Take your hands behind you. Opposite now for the shoulders. So we did our flexion. Now let's work some extension. Chest expansion grip. Lengthen out through your heart space. Add on a little bit of a back bend. And then move forwards. Forehead can come to the ground. Head can even like tuck into your little knee bits. Try to work the arms up and overhead. Last 3. Great, last 2. And 1. We'll bring ourselves all the way back up. Woo. Release your arms a little bit. Now let's work deeper into the lats, right? So through your side body with a single-sided puppy pose. One of my favorites I got from Miss Fit Queen Irene. So right arm is gonna work like a blade, slicing, notice it's thumb up, slicing towards that left-hand corner. And I'm gonna rest my ear and the side of my head, my temple on my bicep. Right, very intense stretch all along through the side body, the intercostals, the lats even, right? This isn't just a single thing. I mean, really no stretch really isolates one single muscle. There's always gonna be, right, your agonizers and antagonizers. One last breath. And we'll bring it all the way up. Same thing, other side. Left arm is gonna slice towards the right-hand corner. Bicep, ear, make that connection. All right, we'll bring ourselves all the way back up. We're gonna do one more shoulder extension. So hands are gonna come behind you, interlacing, same exact thing as last time. Lifting and then curling forwards. Yeah. If you're feeling really good and maybe you want a little bit extra, one thing I like to do is I like to lift my bum, right? There's minimal weight on my head. I'm just giving myself a little extra space to take my arms up and over. Next, let's bring ourselves all the way back. Ooh. Shake out those arms a little bit. We're gonna go for one more traditional puppy. This time with the option of your blocks, right? Maybe we'll see you got a little more space in those shoulders. Even if it's just them on their lower level, right? Just a little extra space, a little extra something to work with. It's a little hard for me to talk in this position, but something I want you to think of when you're in this, especially if you're using your blocks, is external spiraling and engagement. If at any time you feel like you're pushing through your shoulders with no engagement at all, I don't want you to end up like me when I was 20, 21 years old and getting my shoulder torn, okay? So don't do that. Go within a space that makes sense where you feel like you still have control, active flexibility. I'm gonna give y'all 10 more seconds to work through your second round or your more intense variation of your puppy. All right, let's bring ourselves out of that puppy, back into our tabletop position. Take a couple cat-cows. And then let's neutralize our spine. Take a breath in, tuck your toes. And with your exhale, downward facing dog, lift up your hips. Elevate both heels. See the front, bend into your knees, travel to the front. Halfway lift. And with your exhale, fold. Utkatasana, chair position, sit back, reach the arms towards upper hand corner. Trust into your thighs. Think about inner thighs wrapping up outer thighs, wrapping back behind you, and energy working out through the toes. Breath in. And exhale, forward fold, work down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Chaturanga if you want to take it, or you can just meet us back in downward facing dog. Good, we'll take one more breath in. And with your exhale, let's step right foot between hands. No need to lift up the leg, be any kind of fancy, yeah? Heading into Virabhadrasana 1. Left toes are gonna turn out. Shoulders are gonna stack up above your hips. Now, before arms go up and anything happens, let's get your foundation in check. Push towards the outer edge of your left foot. Every time I do this, I feel a huge stretch in my IT band, all those muscles that run along the outside of the leg. Front knee bends, tailbone lengthens, and then from there, the arms work up and overhead. Feel that left butt cheek engaged, that left side hip flexor open. Take an inhale. Exhale, we'll bring hands behind us. Lengthen out through your spine, open up through the chest. We go into our humble warrior. Right shoulder works towards the thigh, right? My shoulder touches my thigh, but that might not be the case for you. That's okay. You're still doing a humble warrior. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Let's rise all the way back up into our warrior 1, releasing through the arms, pivoting off of that left heel. And with your exhale, we're gonna step into a flying chair. So arms go back, left foot steps forward, arms go back behind you. Nice. Inhale, reach up, stand up, left leg lifts in front of you. Figure 4 chair, left ankle works to right thigh, sit back into your hips. Hands can be at heart center. Sometimes I just want to place them on my ankle and my knee while I focus on this outer hip stretch. Oh my God. My butt hurts. Last breath in. Inhale, let's rise back up, single-legged mountain. Whoa. Exhale, big step back, low flying crescent. Inhale, high crescent. So different from your warrior one, right? Because your feet are on train tracks. Nice. With your exhale, we move into our warrior two. Adjust your feet. Make sure right heel can bisect or is somewhere near bisecting your left inner arch. Arms reach front and back. Commit to the bend in your front knee. Flip right palm, reverse warrior. And with your exhale, side angle. Right arm onto the thigh if you need it. Left arm reaching high. Let's hold here, right? Think about left heel all the way out through your spine as one line. Things that can prevent that line. Sway hip, yeah? Sticking your butt up and back behind you. Notice how much my waistline changes when I do that. Pull under, right? Proper alignment. Improper alignment. Nothing bad's gonna happen. You're just missing out on some strength and some engagement and active hip opening when you work that. Now let's take this left arm, big sweep, work it to the front of the space, full extended side angle, take a breath in. Nice. With your exhale, let's bring it all the way back up to warrior two. Straighten through your front leg, inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, low lunge. We take it all the way down to the ground. High to mid plank, ekapada style if you want to take that. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So good, everybody. Reset, you got it. Breaths in, breaths out. One more time like that. Take a breath in. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Virabhadrasana 1. Turn the right toes out. Let's rise and stack. Shoulders up above your hips. Now, same thing before you worry about arms, before you worry about hips, make sure that your feet are good. Push into the outer edge of the right foot. Feel the commitment of the bend of the knee, the lengthening of the tailbone. This can be a lot for the IT band and the hip flexor. Arms reach up. Take your inhale. Exhale, work arms behind you. Prep for your humble warrior. Lengthen through the arms, lift through the heart. Exhale, humble. Left shoulder towards the right thigh. You can look through legs. Here, 3. Nice work here, 2. And we rise all the way back up on 1, back to your warrior 1. Square off on that back heel, and we move into our flying chair. So arms reach back, really nice. Then we rise up into standing. This time your right foot lifts. Figure 4 chair. Hands can be at your heart space. Hands can be on your thigh and your ankle. Think about a nice long spine while you're here. Evenness through the hips, so we're not collapsing the right hip down. We're trying to find some sense of squareness. Nice work. Let's rise all the way back up into your single-legged. Exhale, big step back, low flying crescent. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Make your feet adjustments, foundation adjustments. Heel bisection, right? This is the slowest we're gonna go in this class. After here, we pick things up. Left palm flips, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Here we stay, here we work. Feel the tailbone work underneath you. Again, all those lessons of long lines that I gave you earlier. We'll take a little time here because I was flapping my jaws on the other side. Breaths in, breaths out. Really nice. Big sweep with this right arm. Work into your full extension. Big breath in, big length. Exhale, we rise all the way up back to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle. Left arm works all the way up and back. Exhale, low lunge, take it down, square off. High to mid plank. Upward facing. And with your exhale, downward facing dog, push it up and back.
Now let's take a reset, either here in your down dog, if you really need some rest off of your arms, child's pose, or if you want more depth and length through the hamstrings and some shoulder strengthening, not puppy, the other one that's named after an animal, dolphin pose. So forearms come down, and you're doing your damnedest to make sure that these arms are trying to form an 11 instead of a triangle or a pizza shape. Yeah. Think about the shoulders pushing back, strengthening through the shoulders, okay? If you're here but you want a little bit more intensity, shifting forward and back a few times, right? Dolphin push-ups. Last 5, 4, 3, last 2. And we're back into downward facing dog on 1. We'll take our breaths in and we'll take our breaths out. All right, collectively heels lift. Exhale, bend your knees, see the front. Travel to the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Chair position. Bend into your knees, reach the arms, work towards that upper hand corner. If you want to work through your legs and ankles a little bit with me, lift up onto your tippy toes. So heels are elevating, and I'm really wanting to work through my calves, yeah? If you're wanting to also work through your calves and your legs with me, little pulses. Down, up, down, up. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, so close. 3, 2, and 1. We'll transition down, option to work through an arm balance. Crow position, hands on the ground, toes lift. Jump backs can happen, step backs can happen. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. We reset with one more breath. And out. This time, right leg will lift. Exhale, open up your hip, bend into your knee. Take some circles here with your right leg. Maybe it even feels good to work an asymmetrical arm. Left forearm comes down to the ground. Love the depth that this variation offers. All right, we'll square off. We'll lift up through that left elbow, and we'll go knee to nose, step through low lunge. Inhale, warrior 1. You've been here already. Exhale, prep for warrior or humble warrior. Hands come behind you. Lift through your chest, breath in. And with your exhale, humble warrior. See if on this side you can get more depth, right? Without compromising any squareness in the hips. Maybe the shoulder gets closer to the thigh. Maybe the shoulder moves past the knee, deeper, all the way towards the calf muscle. Last 3. Last 2. And 1, we rise all the way up. High crescent position. Exhale, flying chair. Left foot steps forward, both arms go back. Inhale, rise, single-legged mountain. Exhale, figure 4, left ankle towards the right thigh. You can stay, right? You were vibing. Maybe you start to work triceps towards the shin, towards the knee. Yeah? Sometimes I like to work a balance, hang on to my right ankle. Sometimes I even like to straighten through my right leg. I take it out of that chair. Just focus on the ground. Your feet are strong, they can do this. Last 3. Nice, nice. Last 2. Bring a little rebend into the knee. Yeah, if you were digging on that depth here, maybe we take it into a toe stand. Work the butt down towards the heel. Oh wow, that's a very large spider over there I just saw. Oh, where are you coming this way, sir? No, you're going back over there? Okay, great. Totally respect you, Mr. Spider. I always have a fucking time with this one balancing. Woo! All right, well, let's bring ourselves all the way back up. My foot feels dead. All right, big step back, low flying crescent, and then into your high crescent. Warrior 2, I think my right leg is definitely gonna fall off. Inhale, reverse. Nice. Side angle, right arm down, left arm high. If you wanted to work through some more extensions or binds, we've got time for that. Full binds. Arms go underneath you, yeah? Binds are great for shoulder work. If you weren't really feeling bindy things or internally rotating things, then you can reach through this arm, even test your core and reach through both. Final 3. Last 2. And 1. Nice job. Reverse triangle, lift it all the way up and back. We skipped the warrior 2 because I was tired of it. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm high. Take your breaths in. Take your breaths out. Now, just for transition, let's bring that reverse triangle all the way back. And then take it back to a low lunge, squared off. Couple ways you can play here with the option for like rest and everything, right? You can step back, go through high to mid planks. You can play with standing splits, right? To me, standing splits are always invitations to work on handstands, hops, presses, all the things, yeah? So I always recommend working through your split for a moment. Maybe taking a couple taps. And then finding the opportunity to work on those handstands, which again, hops. I don't like to think about my top leg as being the thing that's lifting me up. I know sometimes you need to lower a little, give yourself something. Your hop needs to come from your base leg. So think of it as like a plie, right? Hopping through that base leg is what's gonna actually get you up, okay? So let's try that. Pushing through, right? Notice my top leg is strong and straight. Good. Once you're done playing, know that you can use that hop. Ooh, I just got dizzy. Let me recalibrate. You can use that hop to essentially do like a jump back. So once you hop up, you can just work back behind you, okay? You can also just step back. We're all gonna meet in downward facing dog. We're gonna do all that on the other side. I hope the spider didn't find a home in my camera bag. I think it did. I think it did. And you know what? Happy Halloween to that large spider. Hope you have fun. I'm gonna try to find you after class and rehome you outside. We got this. Down dog. All right. Left leg is gonna lift this time. Hip is gonna open, knee is gonna bend, right? You can take your circles, your cycles. If you tried the asymmetrical thing with me, right forearm comes down. My right hamstring, y'all, Jesus. All right. We'll square off. We'll go knee to nose, step through low lunge. And we'll go straight into our warrior one. Hands come behind you. Interlace, lengthen, lift, inhale breath. Exhale, round forwards, move through your humble warrior. Try to find some depth. Great, we'll come all the way back up, back into your warrior one, but square off through that heel so that you can step forward into your low flying chair. Inhale, rise single-legged mountain, figure four with depth. Triceps, try to find the edges of the shin. Maybe you tried to reach for an ankle. Ooh, my balance on this side. It's because this left foot feels so weak. And then again, I'm gonna play with lengthening through my left leg. All right. Upset I did this to myself on the other side, but I tried for this toe stand. All right, enough of that shit. All the way back up into your single-legged mountain. Back into your low flying crescent. Inhale, rise into your high crescent, and then move into your warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Nice. Exhale, side angle. With depth and with options. Those options were your half binds, your full binds. I was being really mean to your front leg by offering up your double utita. Last three. You got a gang. Last two. And one. We bring it all the way back. Reverse triangle. And exhale, triangle pose. This is our final push. Think about this top hip. Wrapping up and back behind you. Take another breath in. And with your exhale, rise. All the way up and back. Inhale, one more reverse triangle. And with your exhale, squaring everything off to the front and copying whatever you did on the other side. So maybe that was a step back, moving through a chaturanga again. Resting on the other side of that, of course. Or if you were adventurous, on side one, coming back to standing splits. Standing splits and, you know, inversion shit. I feel like I've never stretched in my life. That's how I feel. All right, now just like mommy told you, hops, they come from your foundation, right? I'm not saying that it's impossible to do your hops like this, but you're gonna give yourself a harder time balancing because now you're gonna be trying to control two legs, right? Once the control happens, right, and you're able to hop from this bottom leg, you'll start to realize, oh, I don't have to do any kind of correction to my top leg because it's already in place. It's already engaged, right? And then something I'm working on, trying to take my ears in alignment with my biceps and really work my long lines. So once you've kind of found what you want to do, playing with it, you can use that handstand as a transition back. All right, kiddos. Let's hop our way to the front of our space. Have a seat. Bring your feet together. And let's counter all that shit we just did with a Baddha Konasana. So from that butterfly position, seated up nice and tall, lengthening through our spines and releasing through the low back. Y'all did amazing today. All right, we'll bring ourselves all the way back up. We'll keep this right leg in front. We'll swing the left around. And we'll do either deer pose or rolling all the way through to your half pigeon. I like to always take a second in my true half pigeon, so upright. All right, let's undo this. We'll head to the other side. So I'm just gonna swoop, swoop, shift and change, right? Deer position, super effective. Or rolling all the way through. We'll take one more breath here. And we'll come all the way back through center. We'll go both legs in front of you. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Sit up nice and tall, and with that flat spine, start to move forwards. Curling the spine at the very last moment, at the very last transition, yeah? Trying to find that hamstring length as much as possible. One thing I like to think of when I'm here, because I always like to reassociate things back with handstanding. When I'm here, especially if you're able to get hands past your toes, think about engaging the low abdominals, engaging through the pelvic floor, literally kegling, pushing, pressing. All right, let's bring ourselves all the way back up from here. We're gonna finish with a twist. We'll bend our left leg, cross it over, and we'll rotate. Elbow can hook to the outside of the thigh. For less intensity, you can just hug the leg with your arm. Think about sitting up tall. Breath in. And exhale, twist deeper. Good, let's unwind this and do the same thing to the other side. So right ankle crosses to the outside of your left thigh. You can hug the leg, or you can take the elbow to the outside. Sit up tall, rotate, twist. All right, let's unwind. And you can finish class seated and cross-legged or laying down. Finding this final moment. Two more breaths. Wherever you are, seated or laying down, bring a hand to heart, a hand to belly. Recognizing that your body brought you to this moment. Thank you for trusting me with your bodies. Thank you so much for showing up for yourselves, showing up for this practice. I thank my teachers that came before me. and all of you for showing up for yourselves. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Oh. I also hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If I don't see you during the multiple other opportunities that I'm teaching this week, then I will see you next Monday, same time, same channel, yeah? Very excited for that. I'm like wanting to come over here, but also a little paranoid about the spooter I saw running amok over here. Mr. Spooters! Yeesh, very ouch. That was amazing. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. What's my message? I've been having dreams about spiders. I know that spiders are always, associated with building, creation. I never take spiders as a bad omen. I just find them to be fascinating. TL, I'm a puddle, a spicy puddle. Yes, I love a spicy puddle. Should we do an oracle card for the day? I've been in the habit of doing that. Oh, Shayla. It was also Miss Shayla's birthday this last weekend. She turned 50, but you wouldn't know that because she literally looks like she's 35. Happy birthday, Miss Shayla. Release so much tension, stress, tightness, trauma, and shit. I miss you and love you. I miss you and love you too. You're my fucking favorite. Just adore you all. Yes. Virgos. Love my little organized Virgos. This guy keeps coming up for me. Okay, this is a fairy oracle card set. But this guy, Geo the Slow, he's been popping up for me a lot, reminding me to take it slow, enjoy the moment, appreciate everything that is around me. I like working with the Fae because the Fae are, nature-oriented. So, okay, Geo the Slow, I'll remind myself to take it slow, smell the roses. Even though I have so much going on, I'm gonna really try to take this lesson. And hopefully all of us, even, we're heading into the school season, we're heading into the fall. I feel like it's always a little bit of a crazy time. But remember to take care of yourselves too, yeah? Enjoy your surroundings. Appreciate what's around you. We have so much to be grateful for. Y'all are so wonderful. Thanks for showing up for class. Again, I'll just run through quickly. So this is the Fairies Oracle. This was actually a gift from a friend of mine. She was a spiritual mentor of mine for a long time. But Brian Froud is is he the artist? Yeah, Brian Froud is the artist. I've had this for sounds gnarly, but 16 years I've had this deck. Because I'm I got this deck right when I stopped drinking alcohol, and that was in 2011. No, 2006. That was in 2006. So that's how long I've had this deck. The woman that was helping me during that time, I was only 17, 18 years old. She was a druid,
She worked with fairies a lot. So she gifted me this deck. Yes. Gorgeous art, I agree. I agree, such a beautiful one. Like, what? I just love this art. I love it, I love it, I love it. The text is a little difficult to read on the cards. It's very like loopy swoopy, but you figure it out. We figure it out. Yeah. All right, my darlings. Love Froud's art. Yes, Frodo's art. Yeah, Brian Froud's amazing. Love, love, love. I've been craving getting another deck because I'm like, okay, I've had this deck for 15 years. I should probably get another deck because I really do love working with Oracle decks around movement. When I'm working with my private students, I love pulling cards and just kind of reading the energy with them. So I'm on the lookout. Send your suggestions to me. All right, my darlings, I'm gonna let you get to your Monday. I need to lickety-split right up. Oh my God. I got all paranoid. I thought the spider was on me. I need to write up my newsletter and send out all of the registration information for all my workshops coming up this month. So I'm gonna scroll off. I'm gonna try to find this spider so that I'm not paranoid about where he's at because he was really big. And I love you all so much. Ooh, the Viking Oracle deck. Okay, I like that. I'll go shopping, I'll go looking. All right, my loves, adore you all so much. I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Happy birthday again, Stephanie and Miss Shayla. All right, y'all, see you next time.